Morning, bitches. It's your old pal Brian. I felt inspired to come down to the lake and take a fly at sunup.
12.5 volts.
And of course my plane is in the wrong attitude. Not to say that it's, you know, being like a teen. Oh, there you go.
Reflex. Oh yeah, that was the right switch.
There we go.
Flaps half, flaps down.
Taking off.
12.4 volts, flaps up.
How lovely. Yeah, I'm ahead of all my chores. Loading in and getting my rig squared away.
8 volts.
I have two glass mirrors that make up the doors of my, what the hell is that? Oh, it's an airplane. That make up the doors of my medicine cabinet in my rig, and they're held in by pinch
11.9 volts.
hinges with screws, set screws, and it's a shitty arrangement. It's great for your house, but not great for a rig that receives 1,000, at least 1,000 tiny little earthquakes a day when you're driving.
11.7 volts.
Although one of the mirrors sat and mounted nicely. But man, the cool thing about living near a metropolitan area is you're 20 minutes away from just about anything you want getting fixed. And the Titan Mirror Company, family owned since 1982, window company, mirror company, fixed my shit for $28. And I reinstalled it yesterday, and it's a beaut. Lovely people. I'm going to call them up today and thank them. But that's it. I mean, I just got everything
11.6
squared away, and God almighty, it's just wonderful. Which makes me not feel bad about stealing time away from coming out and flying. I explained this to Fergie. You've only got about a 4-hour window to do your shit here in Florida.
11.6 volts.
In the summer, that is outside shit. From 06 to 1000. In just an hour, sweat will be rolling off of me, and it's like a pressure, like a weight on top of you, the heat and the humidity. And I know it sounds like bullshit,
11.6 volts.
but it's not. It's just awful. To say it's awful is actually an understatement. So, yeah, you don't want to do anything. And so you want to knock out all your shit early. By the end of the day, I'm kind of frankly out of energy. All my energy is in the morning. I mentioned this a 1,000 times. And, yeah. So, welcome, Jerry, my neighbor, or neighbor-to-be. He will be living behind me. He's one of those god-awful RVers.
11.4 volts.
Who's taken the nation by storm. He is moments away from doing extended stays in his Class A Rockstar bus. So welcome, Jerry. Really nice to have you on the channel and as a neighbor. Yeah, it's going to be a
11.3
lovely, lovely, lovely time to have somebody who's a kindred spirit living right behind me, particularly since in years past, I told Jerry this the other day, when I moved into my house 26 years ago, I was just shy of being trailer trash.
11.3 volts.
And as such, to move into a garage community with underground utilities and little malls in the middle of the extra wide streets, you know, I thought I'd arrived. In fact, I still think I've arrived.
11.3 volts.
I could be living in a McMansion neighborhood and not be any happier. I live right across the street from a colonial home. Beautiful. With that said, I moved in just after one of the bigger recessions, if you will.
11.2 volts.
in the 90s, and the ladies that own the home behind me, a beautiful home, sold or were trying to sell, and they couldn't sell, so they finally did an owner finance, and they sold to a guy by the name of Dorsey Lee Hughes, that mother effer. Awful, awful human being. He would eventually, he's a redneck.
11.2
It was around the time of that stupid song, Achy Breaky Heart. Oh, Jesus, it was terrible. I'd hear them drunk rednecks out there singing Achy Breaky Heart till 3 o'clock in the morning, fueled by alcohol and meth, and I never said a word to them, never.
11.1 volts.
My policy is you do not alienate your neighbors. You got to be near them for whatever the length of their mortgage is. So unless they're robbing, raping, or murdering, you leave them the hell alone. And that policy worked. It took about 5, 6, 7 years, and Dorsey Lee Hughes, the spiraling down alcoholic
11.1 volts.
drug abuser, would die of chronic alcoholism / cirrhosis of the liver. I can't clap right now, but if I could, I'd clap. Yeah, rest in hell, you mother effer. Yeah, he was a real tall, fast-talking guy who was the front man for buying. The way it works is in Haiti and many South American countries, you can't import brand new vehicles, so he'd go out and find used vans, and then they could import them without much of a duty. And it was a cash business, and he did it for a front man who had, 500 liquid, 500,000. Yeah, the guy was a turd. So yeah, I'm paying penance now with all my other fantastic neighbors by not having turds as neighbors. All my neighbors are great.
10.8 volts.
And I think Jerry is going to be. His kids, Chris and Jessica being his kid, are just really nice neighbors. They
11 volts.
have chickens and 2 cute dogs that run around the yard, and it's just really nice to have nice people. Really is. Keeps the neighborhood young. Young people too, who will eventually make, as my father-in-law used to say, tricycle motors. That is, children. He's got some small kids
10.8 volts.
in the neighborhood, and it's really nice. First thing I told them is, you got any kids? And they're like, no. We need kids. Well, we got to get married first. Oh, okay. Well, hurry up. Love having the sound of children playing in the neighborhood.
10.8 volts.
Ferg, so sorry to hear about your crash, and I'm pleased you got her squared away. God, I've crashed almost every airplane. Maybe lacking 2 or 3.
10.8 volts.
It's a neat song by a lady named Nova June. It's no Eminem, Jerry, but it's a nice song.
10.7 volts.
Beaver.
volts.
Nova June, Another Try. Absolutely beautiful music.
Low battery.
Alrighty.
10.4 volts.
Yeah, we gotta bring her in. Landing. He said to no one in particular.
Throttle disabled. 10.8
Let's stomp our way out of here and get us a plane. Hey guys, all the best. I'm gonna fly another plane and piffle some more.